Hello everybody, welcome back. Or if you're new here, my name is Carly. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3 boys, 5, 3, and 7 months, and I love to cook and clean for my family. So if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload a new video. Today we're actually doing a cook and clean with me, more like after dark, getting ready for tomorrow for a big, a busy day. I am going to be making Cajun pasta, which is a huge favorite in our house. I've given this recipe to just close family members. I do treasure this recipe, so just me giving you guys this recipe is a pretty big thing for me. And as always, every time I make a recipe, I'm going to go ahead and list everything, the ingredients down below. The only problem with me when I cook is I don't measure anything. I just eyeball it. The only time I actually measure something is when I'm making my rice. So I'll try my best to, tell you guys how much I used in the recipes that I'm cooking. Of course, I need my wine, but you're gonna need chicken, kielbasa sausage, however you say it, but onion, mushroom, bell peppers, red and green, and Cajun seasoning, whipping cream, and chicken broth. I use bone broth because that's what I had. I always try to use what I have in the kitchen and not, go to the store and buy more things. And so I do buy this big thing of mushrooms from from Costco, and I feel like mushrooms go bad super fast. So as I'm cutting them for one recipe, I'll go ahead and just cut the rest and portion it and stick them into the freezer. So I basically spent $5 on this box of mushrooms, and I divided it in 3. So I got 3 recipes for $5, which is a pretty good bonus. And so I'm gonna go ahead and coat the chicken, all of it, with Cajun seasoning. I do not add salt to this because in the end, I did forget the Parmesan cheese, but you put Parmesan cheese or cotija cheese. I feel like that already adds enough salt to it and it gives it more flavor. But this meal already has so much flavor just from the chicken, the sausage, and the veggies. And you can see too, like when I tilt it, you can see all those juices, and that just is full of flavor right there. But I go ahead and I saute, things in between before I add more. And I'll go ahead and I'll move the vegetables to the side, and I'll try to shove as much as I can, like the noodles underneath the veggies. And I'll go ahead and I use almost 2 boxes of bone broth or chicken broth. And I like to make sure it's like 1 inch over the noodles, and I'll go ahead and I'll bring that to a boil. And once it's to a boil, I'll put it on low and I'll cover it and I'll let it simmer until the noodles are al dente. And this is a 1-pot pasta, which is a big bonus too, because you don't have to wash a bunch of different dishes. I just want to thank you guys so much for, watching the video. We already have almost 500 views, so that's pretty big, just it being, less than 24 hours and, it being my first video. So I just want to thank you guys so much. You guys just have motivated me way more to, get these videos uploaded. And, I've been brainstorming with, the next couple of weeks of what I'm going to be showing you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and make Lorenzo's baby food. Today we are doing green beans and asparagus. I went ahead and I tried to buy the big frozen veggies from Costco, and I'll go ahead and I'll pressure cook them or steam them, whatever you guys can do. And I will blend them. And he likes more of the chunkier food. He's just in that stage where it's, he likes it chunky. So I try not to add like a lot of water to it. But, I'll go ahead and blend that, and I'll portion that out, put it into the freezer. And then I went ahead and added asparagus to the same juice that the green beans cooked in. And I didn't add any more water. It's just probably a couple inches in the pressure cooker. This is something that I actually enjoy doing, and knowing that I am making his baby food. And not only that, I'm saving a ton of money on this. You buy a jar of baby food for $1. Well, I'm buying a big bag of green beans for I think $8, and you know, I'm getting tons of baby food just out of that big bag. I mean, it does take a little more time, you know, out of my day, but it, you know, it's all, you know, saving money wise, and just I know what's going into his baby food. So that's a, you know, pretty good bonus also. And I actually got these ice cube trays. I've had them since I actually purchased them when Mateo was a baby. I'd got them specifically for baby food. And I actually got them from Amazon. So I'll go ahead and link those down below. So you guys, you know, maybe this will motivate you, for those who have babies, to make your own baby food. But I love these ones because they're rubber. You know, you just pop them out. And they're super convenient. Even if you just wanted to use them for ice or whatever you want to use them for. I knew that I fell for you and you had my... I'm just going to go ahead and rinse out the blender because I'm still going to be using it for the asparagus and everything that I'm using for, you know, to make the baby food. I'm just going to put everything on one side of the kitchen just to get everything out of my way, because I do not like clutter when I'm trying to, you know, cook in the kitchen. And a trick that I actually learned since using these deep sinks is filling up a bowl with water and leaving it in the sink. So when you are done with a dish, instead of, you know, turning the water on, rinsing it off, and then turning it off, I just, you know, use the bowl as my, I guess, other sink. You know, I just use that water to just wash my dishes, and then I'll rinse them off. And now I'm going to go ahead, since the noodles are al dente, I'm going to go ahead and add whipping cream. It's whatever you know, however you guys want the pasta. You guys want it more runnier, you guys want it more creamy. I like it more runny, but because we're adding, but I didn't add it in the video, but I add Parmesan cheese. You know, I get the Parmesan cheese from Costco, and I'll dump like maybe a half a cup to a cup in the pasta. And that just makes it even more creamier. And like I said, that kind of just adds your saltiness to the pasta. So I do not add salt to this pasta. But again, I did not have it. So you know, I had cotija cheese, and that's what I used, you know, more towards the end. And in case if you guys are wondering what that bowl is with the scraps, it's actually something that I have been doing for quite a long time now. And it's just a tip that helps me keep my kitchen clean as I'm cooking food. So, you know, when I'm cutting up vegetables or, you know, anything in that fact, I'll get a bowl and I'll put a plastic bag in there, and I'll leave it there right next to my cutting board. So every time that I'm cutting, you know, the scraps, I'm not putting it to the side and waiting till the end to just try to dump everything. I just use that as my trash can, and I just put all my trash in there. And you'll see me throughout the day, I'll actually, you know, through this video, I'll actually be putting all the trash in that bowl. And then once I'm done, I just take the bag out, I throw it away, and I put the bowl back into my pantry. And yes, I keep a lot of my storage in the pantry. I do, you know, I don't like a lot of clutter on my kitchen counter. So a lot of my counter stuff, you know, like toaster and my blender and all that stuff, I stick, you know, I put it away. Usually with my espresso machine too, I will put it in my pantry. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and make the boys their food. This is what I like to do. As soon as the food is ready, I'll actually go ahead and prep their bowls first, just so it can have, you know, more time to cool off by the time we do all sit down and eat. And when I make them spaghetti or any type of pasta, I'll go ahead and cut the noodles, just because I feel like it's easier for them to eat. But the boys do love asparagus, so I'm gonna go ahead and add asparagus to their bowls. I wasn't sure how the pasta would taste if I cooked the asparagus in the pasta, which I obviously know, you know, I do love asparagus in my pasta, but Miguel didn't want it, so I didn't do it. But as you guys can see, again, I'm cleaning as I go. I'm washing the dishes. Every time, you know, I get the chance, I'm gonna do my dishes. And see, look how easy that was, just to put that bowl away. There's no scraps, no trash on the kitchen. It's just, you know, like I said, I like to take these certain steps to keep my kitchen as clean as possible. So, you know, when we are done eating, I don't have to work extra hard to clean the house. Or if I don't even clean the house tonight, I'm gonna have to still wake up the next morning and again work extra hard just to, you know, clean it all up. And I also feel like taking these extra steps, you know, trying your best to go to bed with a clean house. You don't know how you're going to wake up tomorrow, if you're going to feel sick, moody, you know, extra tired, you know, and you feeling like that and you walking out and, you know, to your clean house. I feel like that's just going to kind of relieve you a little bit, you know, especially if you're sick, your house is clean. If you're moody, well, then you're moody, you know, but if you are extra tired, you don't have to wake up and just look at a dirty house or an unorganized house and just feel extra stressed out. At least that's how it is for me. You know, there is days where I don't clean the house that night and I do wake up and I'm already irritated and just, I don't wake up happy every single morning. I know I'm not the only one and I wish I could, but that's just not life. But in me seeing a dirty house, it really does overwhelm me, and I do not feeling overwhelmed. I do not like feeling stressed out. I like to at least start my day with a clean house because you know, that's just something that truly does help me personally. And a lot of people, it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them that their house is a mess or unpicked up, and that is okay. You know, that's how, if that what makes them feel okay, then that's how, you know, it makes them feel. But definitely for me personally, it's not how it makes me feel. So that is why I take these extra steps to do what I can to make me, try my best to have a good start in my day tomorrow. I definitely wish I had this high chair 2 kids ago. It does have a stand. It's like a 4-in-1, so it does have a stand to make it more taller, and then you can take it apart and put it on the chair, and it kind of acts like as a booster seat too, I believe. But we took it apart when we traveled and it wouldn't fit in our van, and when we got back home we just kind of kept it like that. And it's nice because I can kind of carry it around with me in the house. So say sometimes there's mornings where I'll be outside hanging out outside, and I'll actually put him out there with me and feed him outside. Or, you know, if we go into the garage, I can actually put him in the garage because it's actually one of the spots that he will actually last in for more than 10 minutes. But, you know, if I put him in the jumper, the swing, sometimes it just doesn't last long. And for some reason, he really loves to sit in his high chair. Want to sit here and chit chat with you guys for a little bit. I have done this voiceover right here that I'm doing right now so many times, and it's getting exhausting because I don't know why. I kind of want it to be perfect, but at the same time I want it to be real life, you know. So I do have Lorenzo in the background. If you guys hear him, he is growing up so fast. Like, he wants to be involved now, and he's kind of, you know, starting to move around. He's starting to crawl, and he's just definitely becoming his own person. But I just want to sit here and just kind of reflect on life and, you know, how far I've come already in these past few months, and mentality wise. I obviously still have so much more to work on. I think working on yourself is going to be a constant journey. I feel like it's not something just to, you know, you do this thing and you're good and now you're awesome, you know, you're perfect. It's definitely not like that. I feel like every day is going to be something different that you're going to have to overcome and challenge yourself with. And it's definitely something that I want to work on with, and I think just this in general, like this YouTube channel, whatever, this journey that I have started finally after years, that shows a lot that I am doing it. I am finally kind of just getting over my fears, and what I have done these past few months, grounding me and just learning to grow as a person. I am, and it's kind of helping, because I am here, I am doing this voiceover. I have uploaded a video already on YouTube, and it did pretty good. I will kind of, happily admit that for my first video, and, I am proud of myself for my first video. Yeah. And, I think this whole channel, like, what do I want out of this channel? I want this channel to be real life. I want to help. I want to share with you guys my journey in life and just working on myself. And I want to be able to share with you guys. And not only that, but like my weight loss journey and just literally life and motherhood and running a business and just trying to overcome the challenges that get thrown at me, because trust me, you guys, I get so much so much things thrown at me, and it's either jump over them or go through them. And I want to learn how to go through them and come out stronger. And, and it's just something that I'm going to have to work my butt off doing. I feel like, working on yourself, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that you guys need some work, and not a lot of people realize that. And the good thing is I realize it. I realize that me as a person needs some work, and it's not easy, and so I definitely just am ready for this journey that I will be going through, and I'm not going to be jumping over it. And I am so excited to share with you guys as much as I can. That's obviously not too personal or too revealing, but I am ready to share with you guys what I have to offer, what I can share with you guys, or what I can help you guys with, and trying to balance everything out. And that is why I take certain steps to try my best to make my days go as smooth as possible, and that's cleaning my house. And not a lot of people think of it like that. A lot of people like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, cleaning, to me, it's not about you. It's about what makes me feel better. And that's me cleaning my house. If me waking up to a clean house, if that makes me feel better and somewhat helps my day or a lot, then it is, it's me. This is what helps me. And I hope that you guys can take in some consideration of it and kind of like take it for yourselves and see if it helps you as well. And, and I do want to say, that just being able to get into habits, and it's, that also too takes a lot of work. And, like I said, I'm not perfect. I do not, there is a day or 2 days of the week where I just can't clean the house. And there's always going to be different obstacles every day. And that includes, the kids. Sometimes I just can't do it because my kids are going wild, or Lorenzo is just more fussier and I can't cook, or Miguel has to step in and help with the kids, which he does a lot. But you know what I mean? Like, or, with the kitchen, and there's times where he's actually helping me clean the house, and you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be different obstacles every day, and it's up to you how you're going to work around those obstacles, and that is something that I strive to perfect on, and that's my problem too, is I can't expect to be perfect all the time with everything, and just even doing these voiceovers, it has taken me all day to do this, and I need to, trying to figure out a balance on how to be able to do these voiceovers, and also do what I need to do around the house and the priorities that I do have before this. And, you know, like right now, you know, my kids are out there, Miguel's still working, and that is why I had Lorenzo in here with me, and the kids were out there, and they're making a huge disaster out there. And I know once I'm done with this voiceover, I'm gonna have the biggest mess out there. Well, I went out there and I told the boys, I'm like, all right, this is getting out of hand. Like, you sit here on this couch, you sit here on this part of the couch, and you guys sit there and it's quiet time. And then, and you guys, the living room was a disaster. They took off all the cushions, they took off all the pillows, all the blankets out of the hamper, all the blankets out of the my TV console that I store more blankets in. It was just all over the place. And I told Xavier, I'm like, just, you know, it's quiet time, you guys sit here, you know, well, both of them. And I had, you know, come back in the room. I did more voiceover, and I went out there, and the living room was spotless. Everything was put up, and I like, what is this? And Xavier is like, well, I cleaned the living room. I'm like, and like little things like that, you know, just kind of crushed me, because I went out and I kind of raised my voice, you know, because I really want to get this done, and they're out there and Miguel's working, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just life. And that is something that I'm trying to figure out, how to overcome this obstacle and how to fit everything in my day. And now Lorenzo is crying in the room, and I'm gonna have to stop doing the voiceover and go out there and tend to him. And you know, just little things like that is this. I'm gonna have to, you know, learn how to balance it all out.
Running, legs are turned to jello. Trying to be cool for you, call me Mr. Mellow.